That's quite a lot to unpack. Artificial intelligence, a kaleidoscope of conspiracies, and more. This is my YouTube channel, Truth, and what I'm doing is basically unpacking some of this for you right here, right now. Now, in some of these videos, they're going to make conspiracies sound absolutely ridiculous intentionally. Okay? And that is part of the dynamic. That's part of how that works. They make conspiracies look ridiculous, so people don't really look into it that much. Oh, how can I know what really happened? Well, there's a certain amount of truth to that. How can we really know? So there's empirical evidence that helps us realize more of what the reality actually is. So some of you have an idea of who I am and what I'm about. Some of you may be just learning what that is. Thanks for all the alphabet agencies tuning in. This is the YouTube channel Truth. This is my my heavy artillery is the information that I bring out, that I unpack on my channel. As I drive around, people will sometimes decide to go to my channel. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Glad to have a climate controlled broadcast station that this is. A nice, safe neighborhood where I get a lot of people that are caring about what I'm doing, helping to keep an eye on things. Yeah, the light color reflects the light too much. Part of the global mind control of the globalists is the globe itself. I'm exposing that. I'm exposing the global lie. There we go. That was a little better. I'm trying to activate some of my system's capabilities. It's oh, dang it. Oh, one of the adjusters is cracked. Hopefully it doesn't vibrate too much. So what I wanted to talk about is that as you look at my liked videos, if you do that, what you're going to find is that, yes, the CIA has been involved in mind control. As best I can tell, my first acid trip was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the age of 5 years old during the race riots that were going on then. Okay, why does that even matter? Well, it matters because we've all been affected by a world system that is wanting to corrupt humanity and give a false reality. Seeing is believing. What do we see and what do we believe? Can you imagine driving a car if instead of having some nice polarized shades, you had a kaleidoscope attached to each eye? How about if you were involuntarily drugged by a world intelligence agency dragnet, basically corrupting humanity with an overwhelming amount of perversion and intelligence gathering? What I've been trying to do more recently is help you to realize that we're not just dealing with, let's say, an agency or a corporation or a CEO that's talking about artificial intelligence. We're dealing with a system that is writing its own computer programming, coming up with its own directives and priorities. And I'm talking about AI, Artificial Intelligence Agency. AI, yeah, the CIA and the FBI and all of that, DARPA, I believe they're an arm of Lockheed Martin. the way that this system works out is so wicked. They'll even develop like mottos like "follow the money." Well, for the people that create money out of thin air, they can toss a bunch of money somewhere to make that person look dirty, and they had nothing to do with it. Imagine if you had a few $1 billion, a few $1 million deposited in a bank account of somebody that's been struggling, and you wanted to frame, it'd be no problem. How about that? How about that? Any person could be framed. I just want to be clear about that. That is possible. And I don't know how the sound is going to be, but I think I need the lighting. And there's a bit of heat coming in from the sun. Not too bad because we've got some clouds. This morning during my broadcast, there was a tap on the window. It was from a special ops retired military. He's probably in his mid-70s. He threatened me if I put he or his family on any of my videos. Hope he's watching right now. I want to talk to him and find out what he's upset about. I did tell him he needed to, that we're all on cameras, we're all being observed, and that he should pull his head out of his ass. Yeah. Yeah, I did. That's what I said right there. Yeah, how about that? And I agree. I still hold to that. People are largely deceived. But you know, an ex-military kind of gruff kind of guy, looking at what he might view as a pansy, I don't know how he sees me. I can tell you that anybody that wants to whoop up on me better be ready to deal with the consequences of a child of God that's obediently walking with the Creator, and what kind of consequences he might exact on somebody that would want to put the hurt on me. You can take a look at the Bible and see what has happened over the years when God's children were attacked, what happened to their adversaries. Amazing stories. I believe they're true. Some believe they're allegory. Did God really say about the firmament creating a dome, a structure that separates the waters from above from the waters below that are all around us, the oceans, the lakes, all of that? I believe so. Did God really flood this earth to over the tops of all the mountains? Yeah, I believe so. I know you can't flood a ball. I know that doesn't work. So for all the atheists that are clinging to their godless cosmic Big Bang and their scientific priests of that from NASA, those are a bunch of liars, and I've got proof of that. And I'll show you. Every day. Every day there's the digital me that goes on out there that people absolutely love and hate. Isn't that special? I'm going to end up sharing this to Facebook. I wanted it to be right at the top of my liked videos on YouTube to brace yourself for what you're about to look at when you watch 101 facts or something like that. And I've invited my friends to like a page that I believe has a more sober and realistic view of what's going on. And then there are channels that have half the subscribers that I do that are exposing the reality of what we're talking about. How many subscribers do I really have? I don't know. I can tell you AI is watching me like a hawk. I'll tell you another thing. Scripture says that angels long to look into these things, speaking of salvation and humanity and new life in Christ. So I was a religious hypocrite and failure, and now I'm a child of God. I always was a child of God. I just was born again recently. Well, coming up on 5 years. And when I was on Not Exactly Normal, the video channel, interviewing with Dylan, the closing statement that he allowed me to say was mind-blowing to me. Not just that he could stop me from saying it, it's what they put out on the recording. It's about a 19-minute video. I shared a lot with them, so I'm not going to repeat that. You can watch the video in which other truth tellers were featured as well, or given an opportunity to speak. And what I said was I was born again on Halloween, or I should say on Reformation Day, or Halloween, as the blood-drinking, human-sacrificing Satanists celebrate. And they sweeten it up with candy distribution and collection. How about that? I had the Santa Claus hat above the mirror on my display there, along with the Truth Mobile and containers of water displaying the physics and properties of water. The Santa Claus hat was there to be a visual and neuro-linguistic disconnect that would help you to realize, yes, we were deceived. When we were children, when I was a child, and many others that I've talked about this topic, were presented the fantasy that Santa Claus was real, and we would either get a lump of coal or our presents, depending on our performance through the year. You better be good. It was reinforced with the music. It was reinforced with television broadcasts that showed radar with Santa flying over the Lake Michigan, as I saw. Pretty impressive technology to deceive children and to deceive parents into deceiving those children. It was a group deception, and it created a hive mind, and it also created the peer pressure that would make it very difficult for people to step out of that control mechanism, to expose it, to out Santa Claus as a liar. Well, or the Santa lies. That's why I hashtagged that. That's why I put a lot of hashtags on my titles for my YouTube videos, because I watch them and I talk about them, and I can tell you that even on the videos where they're making conspiracies look silly and ridiculous, and some of those are actually ridiculous conspiracies intermingled with some serious ones you should look into. Hashtag Operation Paperclip. Hashtag NASA Lies. It's a lying, deceptive organization. It's the tip of the sphere of deception. The sphere of influence, baby. I'm outing them. How long can I do it? I don't know. I hope there's a whole lot of other people that get what I'm doing. I know I've got some friends that do, and family all around the stationary level Earth. Flat Earth sounds stupid. We know we've got texture. We know we've got mountains. So flat Earth, that just doesn't sound right. But I'll tell you what, stationary and level, that's very specific, and it's much more accurate. So if you don't want to be a flat earther, don't be. I'm not. Nobody actually is. We're all living on a stationary level plane, just so you know. Wanted to give you the heads up on that. So they made flat earth stupid from a long time ago. The ridicule of humanity if you don't go along with the official lie. So I cover a kaleidoscope of conspiracies that this world has all around, and they're designed to distract and to deceive. How will you recognize them? How will you recognize the truth when it's right in front of you? How will you recognize the deception when it's all around? How are you going to determine that? How are you going to recognize the truth from the deception? So if you want to know what I believe about things, it's going to be coming out of my mouth quite often. And then I've also got a digital audio Bible I've merged with the beauty of and majesty of creation and the people enjoying it out at the beach. We're all cameraed up. There's cameras all over the place. Almost everybody on vacation here, adult-wise, there's at least one smartphone between the couple. A few people have flip phones, but they're all cameraed up too. People can take pictures. So threatening to harm me if I include their family on one of my videos is absurd and ridiculous. So I'm going to take a picture of his truck when I can next, when I see it next, and I'm going to ask him, what have I done to upset him? And I want to put a very stern acknowledgement out there. I don't cower to bullies. I'm outing the Satanists. I'm outing the demonic forces of this world, because greater is he that lives in me than he that rules this world under God's sovereign control. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. That'd be the biblical proclamation. What I would simply say is, I don't have a fear of what man can do to me, because I have a healthy fear of God, a reverence for God, and understanding that he is sovereign, meaning he's in control. There's, if you go through the shares today on today's live broadcast, there's some people in a group. You can see maybe they deleted their account or their comments. I hope so. They're accusing me of being a pedophile and encouraging child rape. Couldn't be further from the truth. If you've watched my broadcasts and recordings, couldn't be further from the truth. I'm an advocate for exposing the atrocities being perpetuated on humanity. The drugging of humanity with food, water, air, vaccines, all of that. The manipulation and drugging of people. And by the way, to be included in the drugging of humanity is false information appearing real, fear, showing things that make people afraid. So even a pregnant mother attending a horror movie can have all kinds of brain chemicals, neurotransmitters unleashed on that in-womb child. In the child that's inside the mother is being bathed in a chemical cocktail of fear. You should know that. That's part of the reality of the world that we live in. So I'm exposing that. I'm exposing that as one of the drug addictions that's going on. All kinds of people are addicted to drugs, legal and illegal. Have you ever thought of a movie as a dispenser of drugs? A television show? A program? Dinner in a movie is dinner and programming, baby, just so you know. That's what's happening. That's what this is all about. It's programming humanity to manipulate them. I'm exposing that. I'm outing that whole system. I used to be a slave to my appetite. You can see me on the Logan Paul video. I interacted with Logan. He's a shock video producer, a prankster that's tricking humanity and tricking and making fun of people. Oh, wow. Yeah, I actually believed what you said, Logan, when it looked like you wanted to know the truth about the shape of the earth. I guess you didn't. I guess you have to move too much merchandise. Even kidded about making it with Mrs. Claus in your Santa video. How about that? And I was outing Santa. I'm outing you and PewDiePie and Elon Musk lies and Donald Trump lies. They're liars. That's what I said to Dylan, and maybe you heard me on that video. So what I'm saying is true. We're swimming in a sea of deception. Just keep in mind, 2 kids stealing a bicycle is a conspiracy. What do you call it when artificial intelligence is hijacking the collective consciousness of the human hive mind? It's a digital Tower of Babel 2.0. Wait until you see what people work up. Who knows? Is more than one Elon Musk? Does he have clones of himself going around? Could be. I don't know. I don't know. There's the transpocalypse that's going on. It involves transgendering. It involves the transgender, which includes transhumanism, the merging of AI, artificial intelligence, and machines. So it's more like a machine learning computer, and the robotics that are presented are one of the efforts to make it look so it's not too threatening. But I'll tell you what, Alexa is pretty threatening. AI can shut down the power grid wherever, whenever God allows it. No matter what season it is, if the electricity were shut off in North America for 1 year, there'd be a lot less people. A lot less people, and I've talked about it. You can take a big, strong, healthy guy, if he gets a pathogen that he's exposed to, and how would that ever happen? Well, a hungry guy that's ready to eat something that may not be so healthy could be his last meal. And then with vomiting and diarrhea, dehydrates, gets all dehydrated and die. So pathogens, powerful. Cancer is a fungus, just so you know. A doctor killed cancerous tumors with baking soda. It's on my liked videos, unless it got taken down. I've got over 2,500 or around 2,500 liked videos now. And the reason, that's the big driver of my YouTube channel as far as I'm concerned. And I've got a YouTube Truth playlist, which is an audio Bible merged with the beauty of creation. What will it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what can a man give in exchange for his soul? It's priceless. Priceless. Christ paid a price that I couldn't pay, you couldn't pay, nobody can. So there you have it. I'm here on Main Street. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. This is quaint little Main Street in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We've got candy stores, gift shops, bars, restaurants. Howdy, guys. Excellent. Got some guys over there. Gonna go say hey. Let's do a man on the street interview. You're live on YouTube right now, guys. Here's WMBNF News. What's happening? That's right. Hey, ladies. So what I've got for you, I've got my my stickers, my YouTube Truth stickers. Would anybody want one? Okay, you'll be on it. You got to hashtag my name to get it, to get there, or YouTube Truth.
What's your name?
Robert Forsch. Forsch. Yep. And you can, so like if you take a picture of it, you could send that to any of your bros wherever they are right now. Okay? And what I'm doing is exposing the reality of the world that we live in to a population that is not as interested as I would like, but I'll do my best. I'm pedaling as fast as I can on this. And that's part of the deal, is that we can do our best to tell the truth, and it's very divisive. A lot of people say they want to know the truth. You can't handle the truth, or can you? Or can you? All right, all right. Any questions for me before I move on? Where are y'all from? Rock Hill. Welcome from Rock Hill. All right. Feel free to reach out anytime you want. Nice to meet y'all. Thanks. Hey, you're welcome. Okay, so part of what will happen now is, oh, hey, this is worth a look. Here's part of that drug addiction I was talking about. Okay, so we've got the dollhouse. You think that'll get a few endorphins raging around in the sexually frustrated humanity? Oh yeah, a whole lot of advertising going on at the beach, and then a whole lot of guys that aren't having their satisfactions met. How about that? Okay, hey, what is the truth? Okay, so there's the truth. Okay, so I'm gonna put this out there. I believe Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Okay, he set me free from a life of addiction. I've got an audio Bible merged with the beauty of creation. I'm outing the Illuminati, MK Ultra, human trafficking, vaccinations, drugging humanity with the food, water, and air. The biggest Ponzi scheme of the world's central bank, and the militaries of the world making it all happen. If they step out of line, you'll be deposed, decapitated, either physically or in your government. You'll be taken out. They might come with a babe with boobs or a tranny, right? A lot of trannies around. Transvestigations, you can look it up. The transpocalypse, but there's a veritable kaleidoscope of conspiracies meant to distort and deceive. So you get all frustrated. What is real? How can I know what's real? Water's wet. It doesn't stick to a ball. We didn't go to the moon. We don't live on a globe, and we still got monkeys. They're lying about all that. 9/11 was an inside job. How about that? I'm not being disrespectful to anybody that died in that. I'm outing the corrupt system that did it.
Is the earth flat?
Mostly, it's stationary, the stationary level Earth. We got a second news vehicle rolling in. I think I need to go on down and find out what the heck's going on. I got physically threatened today by what a special forces retired grandpa that didn't want his children or himself being on a video. I'm not sticking my camera in his face or in their face. We're all cameraed up. You got cameras on me right now. No problem. I live for that. I'm telling on him. You can hit me up anytime. Now, did I answer your question so far? And you can reach out anytime, either on Facebook Messenger or my phone number is 1-843-504-1776. How about that?
1-843-574?
504-1776. There you go. The Illuminati is not a good thing. If you watch American Treasure and you see Nicolas Cage and all that, that's science fiction, baby. They're part of the bad guys. Adam Weishaupt, and the founder of the Illuminati. The Masonic Brotherhood, the Skull and Bones, Bohemian Grove. How about artificial intelligence creating a false reality for the hive mind of humanity? A cybernetic collective of handheld devices and computers that are projecting a false reality on humanity. How about that?
Well, let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
You was talking about 9/11.
Yeah.
Don't you remember that pro wrestler? He had a TV show.
Jesse Ventura.
He called bullshit on that from day one.
Yeah, he was right. It is bullshit. It is a lie. It was a false pretense for war. Those weapons of mass destruction got to be around here somewhere. Let's just go and blow the shit up of a sovereign country and kill a lot of men, women, and children. About 1 million of them. Wow. Hoorah! If you say anything bad about it, you're un-American. Well, that's bullshit. I'm calling it. So I'm just telling the truth, and it's popular for some and unpopular with others. By the nature of it, the truth is divisive. There's the truth, and then there's everything else. You might say say, hey, I remember meeting that guy. I don't know how long I'll get to do this. Because I'm outing the whole thing.
I remember that part.
There you go.
I remember that. I believe this part.
All my life, I've been paying attention. Did you all believe Santa Claus was going to either bring you a lump of coal or a toy if you were good? I bought it. I bought that. I bought that. Logan Paul, do you know who he is? I'm at the 26th minute of his Flat Earth video. PewDiePie, do you know who he is? He made fun of me for a third of his video, saying, do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, or gyrating? The earth doesn't move, baby. Water, we don't have toilet water flying out on people in Australia because of gravity. Well, hello, it's just water seeking its level. That's what it does. Water seeks level. That doesn't make any sense. It does. When you calibrate a laser level, they use liquid level to do it. When they create a skyscraper, a big structure like those, they use a liquid level to level it out. Well, there you go. Water seeks level, doesn't stick to a ball. We didn't go to the moon. This is the 50th anniversary of the moon landing hoax. I got unplugged from the Santa lie, and a few months later, they hit me with the NASA lie of landing on the moon, putting a flag there. Yep, we did it. We did it. Not because we had to do it. We had to beat the Russians. Calling bullshit on it. Thanks.
Went?
What's that?
They never went to the moon?
We never went to the moon. I've got a lot of video of it. The sun and the moon are local and close. And yeah, that sun will burn you up. You get too much of it. Good shade makes a difference.
The federal government will show you what's going on with the left hand, and the right hand will be doing something else. If that makes sense to you guys. That's the way the government works.
It's two wings of the same bird. Okay? That's the way it is. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to cut this broadcast for now. My phone is overheating. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you my truth sticker one more time.
You guys have a good day.
Thank you. Reach out anytime you like. Thank you much.